Hey, before we start, I just want to make it clear that today's video is sponsored by Tencent Games. However, I would never work with a product that I don't like and will express my own opinions about the game. Now that that's out of the way, what is Chess Rush? Chess Rush is an auto battler made by Tencent Games. I'm sure you heard about them. They own part of Fortnite, League of Legends, PUBG, and I believe they developed the PUBG mobile version, so they know what they're doing when it comes to mobile games. Just this week, they released Chess Rush. Chess Rush is a strategic game that comes down to assembling the right team that synergizes with each other, positioning your heroes correctly, and occasionally just a little bit of luck. There's over 50 different champions in the game that you can combine in different ways to defeat your 7 opponents. Currently, my favorite is the General of War. He's a human and a warrior, meaning that if you get one of the other humans, they will restore mana for all your allies. Or, if you have 3 warriors combined, they will reduce the damage taken on all your warriors. Every champion also has an ultimate ability that they will cast once they have full mana. For the General of War, it's a huge radius stun that also damages enemy heroes hit. Before we start the actual game, here's some basics that might be good to know. At the end of every fight, you are given crystals. These crystals can be spent to purchase heroes with, to build yourself the perfect team. It's also possible to level up your heroes. If you have 3 of the same heroes, they will level up to a tier 2 hero. If you then manage to combine 3 tier 2 heroes, you'll get an even stronger tier 3 hero. Other than using your mana crystals for new heroes, you can buy XP to fit more heroes on the board, or spend 2 mana crystals to re-roll the store and get a new selection of heroes. Now let's get into the game. After that awesome loading screen, you're put into battle and it's time to recruit your first heroes. To start off this game, we're going with Bangar and Witch Doctor, but we'll likely sell them for something else later in the game. The first 3 rounds are PvE rounds that will generally be easier than playing versus other players. We've managed to level up and get some nice heroes, so it's already time to rearrange our board. We'll remove the Witch Doctor to put in both Ice Tusk and Wukong. This allows us to get the Furry and the Warrior buff, giving our heroes much better survivability. Something to keep in mind is that at the end of every turn you will earn 1 extra crystal in interest for every 10 crystals you haven't spent. So saving crystals and sacrificing some health early on could be a winning strategy for the late game. We've now finished round 7 with a 3-round win streak, and will now change our strategy to Riders. Riders have a chance to gain loads of armor and magic resist at the start of the round, making them very tough to kill. The more you have, the harder they are to kill. We're up to round 16 and we've got ourselves a 4th Rider. We will level up to fit him on the board without having to remove something else. Since this is an auto battler, you don't do much during the fights, but I like to make sure the positions of my heroes are optimized. For example, could a weak ranged hero be better protected? Or is a strong melee hero getting stuck between your heroes, causing him to have no impact at the start of the game? These are all things that you should have planned around.
Killing spree complete.
So our strategy is going much better than expected, and we have now managed to get 6 riders, making them even harder to kill, which in turn has led us on to a 13-round winning streak. We've actually only taken 4 damage through all of this, while the second healthiest player has taken 46. Most of the players have now been eliminated, and there's only 3 of us left. Sadly, it looks like I'm losing my 15-round winning streak here. To make sure we don't lose this game in the last few rounds, we'll refresh the store a few times to find upgrades for our heroes. Here my opponent actually have his heroes upgraded in higher tiers than mine. However, since we have great synergy and one more hero on the board, we will likely still beat him. And that's it! Both enemy players lost their battles and in turn lost the last of their health. The game might come off a bit overwhelming the first time you see it, but it's all very easy to get into. There is actually 3 different modes currently in Chess Rush. The one we just played, called Classic. Then there's Chaos mode, where you play together with a friend. This allows you to share heroes and synergies with each other, resulting in some pretty crazy team compositions. The last mode is my favorite, Turbo mode. Turbo mode is perfect for fans of auto battlers that just want to play a quick 15-minute game while on the bus, on your break, or just generally when you don't have time for a 30-minute game. In Turbo mode you start at 60 health instead of the regular 100, and both experience and crystals are earned at a higher rate. To start this game off, we're offered a rider, but we'll try to play it a different route this time around. But as our 2 starting heroes, I once again go for Bangar and Witch Doctor.
70-30 split seems fair.
After the PvE rounds, we're offered 2 sorcerers, which will probably be the start of this game's main synergy. Sorcerers reduce enemy magic resistance, causing their spells to deal more damage. So far, the sorcerer build is not working out great. We lose the first 3 PvP rounds. Something I did not mention in the first game is the items dropped from the PvE rounds. These items are generally pretty straightforward, but if you can combine 4 of them on the same hero, they gain a special effect. For example, if you combine 4 defensive armors, you will deal extra damage to enemies just by standing close to them. With the new sorcerer recruited, we managed to win 3 games in a row and stabilize our health total a bit. With all the extra crystals earned in Turbo mode, we reach level 10 very early on, allowing us to put up to 10 heroes on the board. We have trouble finding the 6th sorcerer for many rounds. But after many rerolls, find her before round 16 and can activate the 6th sorcerer bonus. But the round after we find something much better, a legendary sorcerer. Legendaries are stronger than your typical heroes and hard to come by. There's only 5 legendaries currently in the game. At round 19, the 6th player gets eliminated and we're only 2 left. Our last opponent has a 9-round win streak. A few rounds later, we find a 3rd legendary sorcerer and can combine them to tier 2 legendary hero.
Show some mercy to the enemy.
Victory belongs to the side of justice.
Our opponent can keep up with our 6 sorcerers and lose the final battle at round 24, giving us another win. I hope you enjoyed my little walkthrough of Chess Rush. All in all, it's a great game and super addictive. I also want to point out that there's no pay to win at all, which is relatively rare for free-to-play mobile games. The only things you can buy for real money are cosmetics and skins, nothing that affects the gameplay, so that's a huge plus. If you enjoyed watching Chess Rush, there's a tournament scheduled on the 28th of July featuring many well-known auto battler players. And at last, if you enjoyed the game, you can download it through the link in the description. Thanks for watching.